Welcome back to the Business Guy channel. Today we're diving deep into one of the most robust asset protection tools available globally, the Cook Islands LLC and the Cook Islands Trust, and how combining these two can offer unparalleled protection and privacy. By the way, I'm the CEO of the company who has set up more Cook Islands Trusts than anyone in the world asset protection planners. So you're likely listening to the right guy. Let's get started. The Cook Islands, located in the South Pacific, is part of New Zealand, and it's known for its stringent asset protection laws. This makes it a prime location for setting up an LLC and a trust when legal problems are about to come your way or have already knocked on your door. But what makes a Cook Islands LLC and trust so special? Let's break it down. First, a bit of history. The Cook Islands enacted their International Companies Act in 1981, designed to attract international businesses, and it has. The Cook Islands is now one of the leading asset protection havens in the world. Now let's talk about their asset protection trusts, established under the International Trust Act of 1984. The Cook Islands Trusts have become renowned for their resiliency against foreign judgments and robust protection for trust assets, including cases that protected clients' money against attacks by multi-billion-dollar organizations such as Wells Fargo and Sotheby's. Then they passed the Cook Islands Limited Liability Companies Act in 2008 to address the global demand for flexible offshore company structures by offering privacy and strong asset protection. The act is based on models from Nevis and several U.S. states, and since then the Cook Islands have increased their leadership in the field. Cook Islands LLCs are a hybrid of corporate and partnership structures that protect members from the LLC's debts by separating their rights and obligations from the LLCs. That means that a lawsuit against a member does not affect the LLC or its assets, and foreign court judgments, orders, and injunctions against a member cannot be enforced against the LLC or its assets. The Act also allows people to structure the Cook Islands LLCs as outlined in their operating agreement. Rather than the government, they're dictating how people run it, other than basic legal and ethical requirements. Here's how it works. When you set up a Cook Islands LLC that a Cook Islands Trust owns, you gain significant benefits. Privacy. Your name does not appear in any public documents. Instead, we set up a virtual office with an address in the Cook Islands along with a phone number. Asset protection. Assets held in a Cook Islands LLC plus trust combination are protected from foreign judgments. For example, if you're sued in the U.S. for $1 million more than your insurance covers, your Cook Islands LLC assets are untouchable. Control. Your Cook Islands Asset Protection Trust owns your LLC. As a result, it's nearly impossible for creditors to seize your money in your LLC trust combination. More about how that works in a bit. Now keep in mind that doesn't mean your money is in the Cook Islands, just like a new Mercedes-Benz might have Goodyear tires, not Mercedes tires. We use the best of both worlds, the best asset protection in the Cook Islands, combined with the best banking system in Switzerland. We have other options available as well, but if you're wondering how much money you should have to justify setting up a Cook Islands Trust, I would say at least $500,000, maybe as little as $250,000. And of the over 102,000 clients I believe we have in our databases, we do have a handful of billionaire clients as well. Let's look at some statistics. According to a 2020 report, the Cook Islands had over 5,000 active LLCs and over 3,000 trusts with a significant number, and well over 4,000 trusts with a significant number owned by foreign nationals seeking protection. This number continues to grow annually as more people become aware of its benefits. Now for privacy, we have a John Doe business owner, one of our clients, who used the Cook Islands LLC and trust to protect his assets. So we asked John to share his experience with us, and John replies as follows. He says, "Absolutely. I set up my Cook Islands Trust and LLC 2 years ago. It's been a game changer when I faced a lawsuit back home. My assets in the LLC were completely shielded, and the trustee stepped in and blocked the judgment from taking my assets. I can get my money whenever I want, but my legal opponent cannot. So the privacy and protection aspects also give me peace of mind knowing my investments are safe. With this arrangement, nobody can touch my money but me." End quote. Okay, now let's talk more about the Cook Islands Islands trusts. A Cook Islands trust provides the power to this whole structure. If someone held the LLC without the trust, a judge could simply tell that person to hand over the money in the LLC. However, when you place your LLC within a Cook Islands trust, you create a formidable barrier against creditors. And let me tell you why. Imagine you have a stock brokerage account. By placing it in a Cook Islands LLC inside of a Cook Islands trust, you gain the most powerful asset protection available. And here's why. Legal protection. Foreign courts don't have jurisdiction over the Cook Islands. Our Cook Islands trustee law firm steps in to protect you, so any demands from a US, UK, Australian, Canadian court falls on deaf ears. Time limits. The trust protects assets immediately, but even if the creditor wanted to attempt to challenge the transfer, creditors face a 1 to 2 year statute of limitations from the date of asset transfer, and after that time, the courts will refuse to hear a challenge. So the Cook Islands Trust protects assets immediately. High burden of proof. Creditors must prove beyond a reasonable doubt that the trust was set up to defraud them. Keep in mind, beyond a reasonable doubt is a very high legal standard. It's almost like 97% to 3% as opposed to the 51-49% level that's usually acquired in most civil cases. So if you say, hey, I set this up for my family, I set this up to diversify internationally, or I set this up for estate planning, these very valid reasons have thwarted the very few challenges that have ever made it to their shores. Because once the opponent finds out that the judgment debtor has a Cook Islands trust, any attorney with half a brain can see there is little to no chance of recovering those assets. Combining a Cook Islands LLC with a Cook Islands trust means you have double protection. The LLC shields your assets, and the trust gives our trustee law firm the power to step in and refuse court orders on your behalf that order you to turn over your money. Maximum privacy. Your name remains off of the public records. Peace of mind. Knowing your assets are safe and secure from lawsuits and creditors lets you sleep like a baby. Let's delve into some more data. According to the Asset Protection Society, Cook Islands trusts have a 99% success rate in protecting assets from creditors. This makes them the gold standard in asset protection. In our case, we're sitting at 100% with our clients. We know of no client of ours who has ever lost money from a judgment creditor who has set up a Cook Islands trust with an international bank account. Now here's a real life story. Ted Smith, name changed for privacy, an entrepreneur, faced a massive lawsuit. He had wisely placed his assets in a Cook Islands trust and LLC after speaking with one of our consultants. Despite his legal battles, his assets remained safe and he was able to continue his business without any financial strain. Now, setting up a Cook Islands LLC and trust is really straightforward, and here's the process. Consultation. We assess your needs and determine the best structure. Formation. We set up your LLC and trust in the Cook Islands. And virtual office. We establish a virtual office for maximum privacy and legitimacy. Asset transfer. You transfer or wire the funds and or move your stock market portfolio into your LLC that your trust owns. The entire process is seamless and designed to ensure that your assets are protected from day one. In summary, the Cook Islands LLC and Trust offer unparalleled asset protection and privacy. So whether you're an entrepreneur, investor, or just someone looking to safeguard your wealth, these tools can provide you the security that you need. So don't wait until it's too late. Take action now to protect your assets. So thank you for watching, and if you have significant assets and you're serious and not just curious, you can get more free information at assetprotectionplanners.com, and you can work with us to set up your Cook Islands LLC and Trust. Subscribe and follow if you haven't. Hit the bell icon for more valuable insights on asset protection. Until next time, this is the Business Guy.